Here we go. Let's cue the music. Just some, some copyright-free something. Just to kind of be the background here. Well, in any case, hello, and this is Secret Elm. So, someone said, to a podcast, and frankly, I had no idea what that entailed, or what to do. So, hey, here we are. They really wanted it. So, here we are. So, this is gonna be completely unedited, fairly low effort, nothing really is gonna get changed. It's gonna be a one and done, okay? So let's see here. What I was told to talk about is, my life, or near-death experiences. It said make it like talk to, when I, frankly, don't know what that is. So, we'll just be here. Talking a bit. How long it'll be, well, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But near-death experiences, I mean, that could be fairly interesting, eh? I mean, look, most of my life, I never really did anything too extravagant, too, worrisome or dangerous. I was mostly a homebody a lot of the time, playing games, some Overwatch, Hollow Knight, stuff like that. And then I guess before, like Nitro Bike and stuff like that, some good old SNES games, but never mind that. But I guess every time, or every now and then, because every time, usually for summer vacation, there'd be some hiking. Now, there was a place, I don't really want to say the name for, yeah, personal security reasons, right, but, at that time, there was a ravine, let's say that, eh? Yeah, I didn't really see the ravine. So, I'm walking and, let's just say I almost fell off that cliff side, because, it was surrounded by trees, right? Trees and bushes everywhere, so I'm walking. Luckily, I was watching my feet a lot of the time. So, but I look up to look at the sky, I look down, and I see a few feet in front of me. It's just like a drop off, and I'm like, holy heck. That really should be marked off. And again, to be fair, I was off the path, kind of doing my own thing, okay? Now, still not as crazy as some people I know, for instance, there was also like a pipe across the ravine. A few people walked on top of it. I'd say it wasn't really that small of a pipe, right? But if you did one slip up, you're a dead man, or dead woman, really, either or. But yeah, I'd say it was probably, let's see here. So, sorry, you can't see, but I'm just doing like, holding my hands over now. Maybe like a foot and a half in diameter. So yeah, definitely a bit dangerous, but people did it. Supposedly a lot of people did it. Now, could I do it? I can't say I would, man. It's like, just doing dangerous stuff for the sake of it being dangerous, never really got the appeal. Now, some people, they're adrenaline junkies like that, so they actually just do it to get that, high. Basically like a drug addict, but, yeah, it seems quite a predicament, really. Like, they start going more and more and more, since eventually the adrenaline, you need, something to scare them even more, Yeah, but to be fair, I do kind of, get it a wee bit. Cause, you ever done, that bungee jump free fall? Don't know what it's called, I can see, let's see here. Bungee jump free fall, let's see here. I guess it wouldn't be free fall then, eh? Let's see, oh, I guess it is free fall, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a bungee jump free fall, but, yeah. In any case, as I was saying, when you're, like, falling down, I don't know. It's more so an overwhelming sense of calm. You'd think you'd feel, like, absolutely terrified, right? And I know with a few people, yeah, they do feel absolutely terrified, but when I did it, so... Once you lean forward enough to the point of no return, all the fear was just gone like an instant. It just faded away, and you're like, huh. everything felt like calmer than it ever did before. It just felt, well, quite nice in all honesty. And then I asked the person, you know, who did it after me. They said they felt terror the entire time. Just like kind of wonder and calmness. It's kind of strange. Your brain really doesn't have thoughts rushing through your head. You just see the, well, in my case it was water. The water approaching. You just see it, you're looking down. Seeing the water come more and more and more to your face. And with me, you know, I went a bit in the water. I wanted the longest one, so ended up taking a wee dip about like to my, for my knees. For so head to knees. Yeah, it was still pretty good. I remember when I did plunge into the water, however, I was expecting it to be cold, but I just felt warmth. It actually wasn't bad at all. No, it was a cold day, so I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be freezing. No, it just felt warm. Maybe because all the blood in my head. Speaking of that, the only thing that was heckin' bad about it is when you're hanging there, hanging upside down, your head's pounding, feels like your skull's gonna blow up, stuff like that. No, I never knew if that was because, well, just my, blood pressure or whatever. I mean, I know I have normal, but I was wondering if the arteries or veins or whatever up there, they pull too much and they expand too much, maybe. I mean, look, I ain't no doctor. I'm just a normal dude, so it's not like I'm gonna know. A bit of water. There we go. Then I guess with my life, eh? Yes. Speaking of vacations, though, I did have quite a few. It was a pretty good time, you know. Sometimes it did feel a bit long, so you're like, you know, kind of waiting to get home, you know. It's like, hey, because I've always been someone who valued alone time. Then if you can't get that, you know, you kind of like look anywhere the heck and get it. So it's like, I'm just gonna heck and hide somewhere in the heck and air. Hide somewhere for a bit, just you know, get some peace and quiet. But yeah. Guess we can also talk about just my life in general, eh? I mean, honestly, everything's been fairly normal. Got a job, working 8 to 5. Yeah, it get pretty tiring, you know. I mean, hey, you get the technically 8 to 5, but you get that hour lunch, so it's only really 8 hours. Monday to Friday, though. Does take a toll, or can't take a toll, you know. Like, honestly, I wouldn't say the work is what's tiring. It's more so, for me right now, that my body isn't used to it. It's been only like 2 months, right? Should be time, but not enough time. So my, you know, my body still aches and stuff like that. I'll wake up in the morning and my body's like, yeah, I don't want to move. But you gotta get going. Gotta get going. Gotta eat something for a bit. Take a shower. Make some lunch or whatever for work, right? Because, I mean, yeah, you could eat out all the time, but it's really not good for the budget, you know. Well, at least that's the way I see it. Now, anything else, eh? Anything else? See, yeah, when you're an average person, there really ain't too much going on in your life. So, I mean, hey, if we do this again, because I could probably bang one of these out fairly easily. I like get home or whatever from work, and I could probably do these a lot more often than streaming and stuff like that. If I could make the time of it, you know, quite a bit less, you know. At least, that's how I see it. So I guess if you have any topics or stuff like that, just bring it up and hey, we'll have something to talk about. For whatever this is, if we continue doing it. I mean, look, I never know. Like, you know, the dark topics, for example. I kind of enjoyed doing that, but it took way too fucking long. It's like I had to do a whole bunch of, even quick sketches takes a while to do. So like quick sketch, and yeah, like, I didn't even check here, I have more, I can check all my heckin' sketches. Some of them were definitely more detailed than others, and they ended up being like, I don't know, at least, I think I have at least 100. Then like as I said, most of them don't take that much time, but when they do take time, ones that do take time took like 20 minutes, right? And the ones that didn't take that long took 5, so 500. And like, you know, it really does add up. And then sometimes, for instance, there was a Call of the Void, right? It got banned. Well, it never necessarily stated it was banned, but it never allowed me to put it on public on TikTok, right? So I would put it on public, I checked it, went back to private, I tried re-uploading it, same thing, so I'm like, well, I see what's happening here. Now, I would have preferred if it told me, but what you gonna do, what you gonna do? Let's see here. Guess we could always talk about some streaming stuff as well, eh? So, I like streaming, right? But the thing right now is I don't really have too many games we want to play. Like, I like Persona, right? But I don't know, I'm just kind of Persona'd out as well. Then there's Valorant, which is like the backup, but you don't really want to do that all the time either. At least that's the way I see it. Let's see here. You know what? Maybe if I just say random topic generator, and then maybe we'll find something, eh? As long as it ain't political. That, if we really want to do it, we can, but not for now. Not for heckin' testing the waters, man. Okay, yeah. Let's see, which one here? There's coins, laundry, justice. Fortune tellers, eh? Marionettes, airports, disasters, chests. No politics, so maybe fortune tellers then, eh? You know, I've kind of had an interest in fortune telling now. I never did it myself, but, you know, it'd be cool if it was real, you know? Using tarot cards or pendulums and stuff like that, or, you know, if you were ever a kid and you made that yes-no cross with the pencil, you know what I'm talking about, you know? A bit of mysticism in your life adds a bit of flavor, a bit of spice, and it really ain't that bad. At least in my opinion. Now, if it consumes your life, that's when it gets more of an issue. But yeah, if you read like those, I think on the coffee news or whatever, on the newspaper, you look at your fortune or whatever, like, oh, hey, you're a Scorpio or you're a Cancer or whatever. This is what you have to pay attention to. It's like, yeah, hey, no harm if you're having fun in it. Now, if you take it too seriously, yeah, might be some problem. Like, oh no, something in retrograde, it's bad. Or I'm not going to talk to someone because their star sign isn't very compatible with mine. Now, to be fair, it will be a self-fulfilling prophecy, you know. If you believe you aren't going to get along with a person, it's going to be inevitable that you aren't going to really get along because you're going to look for every single thing that's wrong with them, right? Like a certain YouTuber I watch, right? Or streamer. When you're a nail, try that again. When you're a hammer, everything's a nail, right? So if you're going to look for bad stuff about someone constantly because of your bias, then you're going to confirm your bias just how it is, right? But yeah, I know that fortune telling or whatever, especially with tarot, stuff like that, right? It's very dependent or whatever on the fortune teller, right? It's like, oh hey, you have the tower or whatever, right? Destruction, it could mean something else for someone else, and completely random to another fortune teller, right? They kind of make their own stuff. Speaking of that, I do remember actually watching yeah, I think it's fairly new, maybe, hopefully. Time does seem to pass by fairly quick, but never mind that. It was about, like, using someone else's tarot deck, and that's a bad thing. Now, I don't know, I feel like that might have just been made for the story. Because I think, like, normally people use older stuff all the time, right? Or, like, they have special power imbued with them or something, right? Like a Necronomicon or something like that. Because you make a new one. Alex, I feel like it'd be kind of a problem making a new one, seeing how Necronomicons are made from human skin, right? I mean, like, if you were really committed, you could cut off some of your own skin, let it regrow and do it over and over again. You would have a heckin' nasty scar, but... Wait, how many pages is one? I don't know, man. In all honesty, you know, there probably is one that exists, to be fair. But what is true, what's not true, you never really know. So much stuff is added in stories and legends, and you don't... I mean, sure, the story legends, they probably have a bit of truth in them, but really, it's probably, like, minuscule. And then as, usually it's oral, right? It's an oral story, so as it gets passed on, different alterations are made, you know. So then you never really get to know the full story, eh? Oh, yeah, but we were talking about fortune tellers, right? Some people will take fortune tellers and stuff like that way too seriously. Although, to be fair, some of the info or whatever, or the advice, right, is more so general knowledge to the point where it can apply to anyone. So like, hey, be more calm or branch out a bit more, you know. It's never really a bad idea to do. But sometimes people will be bedazzled. Don't know if that's a word, but bedazzled by the prospect and kind of follow fortunes blindly. And that's where it's a bit dangerous. Although, speaking of fortunes, actually, I do remember, I think it was, I don't know where. All I remember, a whole bunch of people won the lottery. And it was because, fortune cookie, the numbers on the bottom, they used that number, and it happened to be the winning number. So then they all ended up winning. I didn't know multiple people could have the same number. I mean, they probably changed it now, right? But think about, I mean, like, with all the people who does it and how many numbers there are, right? Let's see, so I think it goes up to 99, 1 to 99, right? If you go 1 to 99, 5 times over, right? So 99, well, 99 choices times 99 doesn't seem right. Man, I haven't done that math in such a while. Such a long time, to the point where, really, I can't really remember it. Just take my word as a heck of a lot, okay? Yeah, of course it's kind of rigged against you, right? People already know that, but the allure of becoming rich or whatever, getting all that money, and getting a stable life, it's very enticing, right? Especially when, like, you can't really save up, right? You can't really save up, great amounts, so you kind of take whatever you can get, right? But, that's just really how it is. Man. You know, sometimes I'm talking, oh, sorry about that, and I forget what I'm talking about. I'll be on a topic that, like, disappears a bit in the head. Just speaking of the lottery, I know in America they take quite a bit. They take, like, I think like 50% now. Now there in America, I'm sorry, I'm trying not to say to be fair again. Well, the winnings are a lot higher, right? So I guess it does cover that. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry to switch gears a bit. It's still about lottery, but I just remembered what I was going to talk about here. So, as I was saying, honestly, I'm pretty sure a lot of the people who win the lottery end up miserable because they don't spend it well. They're not used to that amount of wealth, so they end up wasting it away, lose all that money. Bad time, right? At least that's how I see it, you know. Bad time. And then there's relationships get strange, because like, strained or whatever, right? Because it's like, hey, can you swap me some money? You're rich, I know you have a whole ton of money. And then you say, then you might give them some, and then they don't pay it back, you know. It's straining now. Now, saying that doesn't mean that money's the issue, it's more like humans are the issue. Sorry about that. They don't handle it properly, you know. Yep, they don't handle it properly. Now, I said this one's gonna be pretty scuffed. Sniffles, maybe next time I'll just do... Wait. Show you. If I remember. Yeah, well, I'll remember to mute like that next time. But who knows, hey. Honestly, this one, it's just aimed for 20 minutes here. We're almost at the time, eh? Oh, hey, if we get some topics or whatever, we can probably do it longer, right? But yeah, we'll call it for now. And I will, well... Guess I'll see y'all later. Peace out, have a good one. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.